Let's fix this horrible floor plan. But first we have to identify the mistakes, and there are a lot of them. First, the entrance area. Now, looking at this area, you might say that it's decent or okay, but no, there are many problems here. The first problem is that there's no place to put our shoes for a shoe cabinet or a hanger because the entrance area is already small and the door is opening to the inside. So this area cannot be used either. Of course, we're not going to invert the direction of the opening of the door because doors are supposed to open forward and not to our side. Second is that the entrance door opens to the bedroom door. This is a really bad idea to open your entrance door directly coming from the outside to such a private and intimate space. Now, going to the living room, we see another mistake, but it's not a major one. There's a sofa placed on the circulation path. This is how it was on the listing, and I don't know why they are putting it there. But that's an easy one. Just place it somewhere else to clear the circulation path. The living room is okay and there's nothing to say about it. So now the kitchen. The kitchen by itself is okay, though it's small, but that's not a mistake because the house is small. The mistake though is that the laundry room is right next to the kitchen, blocking it from the window to the outside. And because there's no other light source, the laundry is left open so the light can get into the kitchen. And I have to say that there is an opening from the kitchen to the living room, which lets natural light in, but I'm going to close it off because I don't agree with opening living rooms to kitchens. And the kitchen is supposed to be the space that gets this window, obviously. Plus, why is the laundry room separated from the other wet areas? It doesn't make any sense. And because of this, the dining area is pushed to the top, so it ends up in a congested area on the circulation path going to the wet areas and the upstairs. Now I have to address the elephant in the room, and that's the closets that are scattered all across the house for some reason. I don't know what the architect was thinking when placing them like this. Like, what was the reason?
What was the reason?
The bath and the toilet are open to each other, which is another mistake. They should be separated. The placement of the vanity does not make any sense. I think the architect just put it there after not finding any other place for it and just plastered it there. And did you notice the other mistake? Yep. The whole bathroom area is a Jack and Jill bathroom, actually. If you don't know what a Jack and Jill bathroom is, it's basically a shared bathroom between two spaces. And here it is shared between the occupant of the bedroom and whoever gets to access this space, which is basically anyone because guests can go there too. And this gives access to the bedroom, which is a big no. And I assume this closet is supposed to be for the bedroom. I don't know, because they are literally everywhere and I cannot identify which one is which. The bedroom area is basically the same in the second floor because it's literally a copy paste, so it's going to be the same diagnosis. Okay, now that we have identified the mistakes, it's time to fix them. Here is the revised plan, and we will go one by one on how we solved each problem. For the entrance, we will extend the door down to create a foyer space for a hanger and a shoe cabinet. I know this requires a structural change, which is costly and messy, but this whole process is supposed to be as if the house hasn't been built yet. I mean, the developers shouldn't have accepted this plan in the first place, so yeah. We will also lower the level of the foyer to create a distinction between spaces. Distinction between spaces can be done with so many ways. Building a wall isn't the only way. Having different levels between spaces can create a distinction, which in this case we need because we want to create separation between the entrance and the bedroom door, which is in front of the entrance. Going to the living room, and like I said, we will just move the sofa out of the way of the circulation path down to the living room. But since a double seat sofa will be big to put there, we will put a single seating sofa. Now to the kitchen and the dining area. So we will completely remove the laundry room from here and place it with the other wet areas. The kitchen will go down and have its own window, which was supposed to be for it, for natural light, of course. And we will also close this opening here, which I hate. And now that the kitchen has moved down, we can position the dining area more freely because it was placed in a critical place, like I said. And now the whole area is much more spacious and organized. We can even put on some shelves here to display some stuff that we have and make our guests jealous. Okay, now to the place that didn't make sense the most, which is the wet areas. What I hated about the initial design was that the area was enough for 2 bathrooms, but I guess they hire anyone nowadays. I divided the area into a guest bathroom and another one for the bedroom. So now we have a whole independent ensuite bedroom, which you cannot access. So that's a big plus and a no-brainer. I also removed this obnoxious walk-in closet and I replaced it with this one. I'm of the opinion that we should put the walk-in closet first when it comes to this type of sequences in spaces, because the closet will act as a buffer zone to block the humidity and the smells that comes from the bathroom. And since we have enough area, I made another bathroom, like I said, for the guests. I moved the laundry here, which makes more sense and is more practical. And for the bedroom, I changed basically nothing. Though I said that the placement of the door in front of the entrance wasn't good. But now that the entrance is pushed back, there's a distance between these spaces and a height difference that we created by lowering the foyer down. And for this closet here, which is stupid, by the way, this closet is really, really stupid. Like, even if you open it from the bedroom, from inside the bedroom, it would block this whole wall here and you won't be able to put anything there. Like maybe you want to mount a TV on it, for example. So the whole wall will be gone. But anyways, I completely removed it because there's no need for it. Now going to the second floor, I did basically the same thing, which I did here because it's the same layout of this area. So we get the same layout, but here we gain some floor area and now we can transform this place into a working office, for example. Okay, that was the whole transformation. Here's the before and here's the after. Comment on what you think about the new plan and how you would have revised it and changed it. Like and subscribe and go watch this video if you want to get a more natural look on your house, and bye.